want to build a motorcycle that you fall in love with, and that you love for a long time. When I get free from traffic and back on the kind of roads that I really like to ride, it just seems like that, that I'm joined to the pavement, through the motorcycle. I want to go ride, and I want to, feel very free, feel very comfortable on the motorcycle, feel that it's part of me and that it isn't going to betray me. The engine sound is soothing and relaxing, and just, it just feels like it's a piece of you. That's the basic concept behind the motorcycle, is that when you get off it, you've fallen in love with it. Just go ride the motorcycle. Just go ride the motorcycle. Just go ride the motorcycle. What we want to do at Buell is very much to break out of the mold that exists in sport bikes today. We're trying to bring back the actual, the adventure in motorcycle riding, and not turn it into a technical free-for-all where all you do is talk about specification. The technology should not be used for technology's sake. It should be used to make a better motorcycle for the guy to use. On a racetrack, if I'm racing, which I used to do, I'll go and we'll tune the motor 3 times a day and work on it and dial it in. But I don't want to do that on the street. I want to go riding. I want to go on places. I want to go on an adventure, and I don't want to be a mechanic on my adventure. We're going to get the people who are real motorcyclists among sport bike riders. Probably the first initial standout feature is just the looks, the styling. We think we have a really unique look that's different than anyone else. The S2 is, for me, is a motorcycle that's very much one piece with me. The throttle response is just perfect for me. It's not too quick, not too slow. It's just does exactly what I want. The wheels being very light, you can barely feel them even on a bumpy road. So you have that real secure feeling on the road. What does exist on the street and doesn't exist on the racetrack are bumpy roads, rough roads, and heavy wheels with more brake rotors than you need don't work well on bumpy roads. They leave the ground. It's like a heavy ball. Once it bounces off the ground, it takes more force to put it back down again. So I put one large brake rotor and one very large 6-piston caliper. The total weight was about 7 pounds less than the dual disc system, and it stops in every way as well, and on a bumpy road it stops better. Our sport touring model, you could take a long trip on it, but a lot of the things that are the strengths in that motorcycle that would make it attractive over other choices for touring are lightweight, very good suspension, very good brakes, all those kinds of things that really don't enter into, wouldn't be used at all on the expressway. So if you want a long trip, take it via the back roads or the old abandoned highways. The S2T comes with sport touring handlebars, which were a couple of inches taller and closer to the rider, putting the rider a little more upright. And it also comes with foot pegs that are a little lower, again, to allow your legs to be in a little more relaxed, a little less aggressive position than they are on the S2. It's a handful of differences, and yet the feel of the motorcycle is quite different with those few changes. I have some real specific criteria for designing the tube-type frame. And what we did was to accomplish that with a tube-type frame, a lattice-type perimeter space frame, because they're very elegant, they're very pretty. So it's a combination of aesthetics and technical capabilities. I always want to have the wheels to be as light as possible and the suspension to be as sophisticated as possible. It really does pay off in that case, in suspension, so there's no shortcuts there. It's a really unique motorcycle. Nobody's ever made anything quite like it. The S1 is a pure adventuring bike, a very raw, simple, fun motorcycle. The idea behind the S1 was to have a really fun motorcycle that you could ride anywhere, even maybe into a field or something a little bit. Something that gives you that real independence to go wherever you want to go, but without compromising any of the road performance. I just envisioned a new category of motorcycle that has not existed for a while. The bike has a little more horsepower than an S2. It's lighter. It wasn't aimed to be a touring bike at all. It's just for one guy to go and just take it, have this motorcycle take him wherever he wants to go. Well, I want to have the seat height be normal. I want a bike to be real slim so that it feels low, even though it's, got enough ground clearance to corner it. It's very much focused on a really super ride for one rider. We have about 20% more power than the S2 in the S1. And it's geared a little bit deeper. It makes it very, very quick accelerating motorcycle. It's lots of fun. This is kind of a rude in-your-face bike.